A stroke is a medical emergency. The sooner treatment begins, the better the chances of survival and recovery. Do you know how to recognize the onset of a stroke? Knowing the warning signs of a stroke can save a life, maybe even your own. Let's talk about it. Every 40 seconds, someone in the United States has a stroke, and every 3.5 minutes, someone loses their life to one. But here's the good news. You have the power to make a difference. Recognizing the early signs of a stroke can mean the difference between life and death, full recovery, or long-term disability. Today on the Vitality Reports Symptom Series, we are diving deep into how you can spot the early warning signs of a stroke, whether it's happening to you or someone around you. We'll go over the science, real-life cases, and most importantly, a simple method to help you remember the signs. Let's get started. A stroke occurs when blood flow to part of the brain is interrupted, depriving brain cells of oxygen. Without oxygen, these cells begin to die within minutes. A stroke may be referred to as a brain attack. It may also be called a cerebral vascular accident or CVA. Cerebral referring to the brain and vascular referring to blood vessels. There are two main types of strokes. First, ischemic stroke is the most common type. It accounts for about 87% of all strokes. It's caused by a blockage in an artery supplying blood to the brain. Secondly, a hemorrhagic stroke is caused by a ruptured blood vessel leading to bleeding in the brain. A third condition, transient ischemic attack, also known as a TIA or mini stroke, occurs when there is a temporary decrease in blood flow to part of the brain. Symptoms of a stroke will appear temporarily and subside when proper blood flow is restored. A TIA is a major warning sign of a future stroke and should never be ignored. The first signs of a stroke may be subtle and difficult to recognize, but if you know what to look for, you could save a life. Let's look at some examples of people having strokes that were caught on camera.
The Tulsa, our, the Tulsa Air and Space Museum.
A news anchor suffers a stroke live on the air.
Today at the event.
Anchor Julie Chin says she suddenly lost vision in one eye. Then her arm went numb. Then her speech became garbled.
The event features live. I'm sorry, something is going on with me this morning, and I apologize to everybody.
She says her.
Did you catch the signs of a stroke in these examples? In a moment, we will talk about the symptoms that are most common. But first, let's discuss ways strokes can present in less obvious ways. Sudden numbness or weakness, particularly on one side of the body. Confusion, trouble understanding speech, or difficulty forming words. Blurred or double vision, or a sudden loss of vision in one eye. Severe headache with no known cause. This is more common in hemorrhagic strokes. Loss of balance or coordination. Dizziness or trouble walking. And lastly, nausea and vomiting. A stroke is a medical emergency. The sooner treatment begins, the better the chances of survival and recovery. We briefly discussed some of the more subtle signs of a stroke. Now let's add them to the more obvious symptoms. The best way to remember stroke symptoms is the acronym B FAST. B, loss of balance or dizziness. Do they appear overly clumsy or disoriented? E, eye changes. Are they having vision issues? F, face drooping. Ask the person to smile. Does one side of their face droop? A, arm weakness. Ask them to raise both arms. Does one arm shift downward? S, speech difficulty. Is their speech slurred, garbled, or hard to understand. T. Time to call 911. If you notice any of these signs, seek immediate medical attention.
Per second at 6:42, and the sensation is happening again. To smile, they said. Smile. It's all tingly on the left side, on the left side. My hand is hard to lift up and to touch something, touch my nose.
If you suspect a stroke, follow these critical steps. First and foremost, call 911 immediately. Do not wait to see if symptoms improve. Keep the person awake and calm. Sudden movements can make symptoms worse. Do not give food, drink, or medication. This can complicate further treatment. Note the time when symptoms first appeared. This helps doctors determine proper treatment. Stroke treatment is a race against time. Every minute matters. When a stroke occurs, nearly 2 million brain cells die per minute due to lack of oxygen. The faster we restore blood flow, the better the chances of survival and recovery. Some people are at a higher risk of stroke than others. This stroke risk scorecard produced by the National Stroke Association can be used to assess your risk of a stroke. Additional factors can increase stroke risk, such as having a history of stroke or TIA events, as well as being over 55 years of age. Men are also more likely to have a stroke than women. While some stroke risk factors cannot be changed, up to 80% of strokes can be prevented with a healthy lifestyle. Making the following changes can greatly decrease your chance of stroke. Maintain healthy blood pressure. Quit smoking. Maintain a healthy weight. Eat healthy foods. Exercise regularly, even if it's just going for a walk. If you are diabetic, watch your blood sugar closely. Reduce alcohol intake. Find healthy ways to reduce stress. Maintain healthy cholesterol levels. And if you feel heart palpitations, sometimes described as flutters or pounding, get checked for AFib. Knowing the warning signs of a stroke can save a life, maybe even your own. If you see someone struggling with their balance, eyes, face, arm, or speech, remember to be fast and act immediately. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share so more people can learn how to recognize a stroke before it's too late. And if you have any comments or personal stories, drop them in the comment section below. Stay healthy, stay vibrant. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on the Vitality Report.